friends and welcome to another trek video. Today I am going to Fort Morgiri. Fort Morgiri is about 65 kilometers from Pune and the travel route goes via Paud, Hadshi and Jawan. You have to reach Jambulne, which is the base village for this trek. The distance of village Jambulne from Mumbai is about 107 kilometers and the route goes via Lonavala and Gusalkham. The trek starts from village Jambulne and the correct trek route is a bit tricky to find. So I have made this 3D view of the fort area and tried to show the correct trek route, which is indicated by the blinking yellow line. Thanks for watching my video, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. We travelled from Pune and after Kolwan and Hadshi, we could see Fort Tikona from a distance. The Hadshi lake was on the right side and was almost dried up due to summer. Then we took a left turn at Jawan and Fort Tung was on our right side. The road was good and the drive was enjoyable. Later, there was a bifurcation where the road on the right side was going to Fort Tung and the road to the left to Gusalkham. We took a left turn here. It took roughly 2 hours to reach village Jambulne from Pune. Here you can see a sign indicating the direction of the fort. Jambulne is a small village at the base of the fort and there is ample space to park your vehicles. The fort hill was almost invisible as it was all covered in clouds. We had a refreshing tea before starting the trek. This small hotel can serve you tea, coffee and a few other snacks. There is a board which gives some information about the fort. It also warns about the difficult nature of the climb. We started walking towards the hill, which was still covered in clouds. We asked the route to a villager who guided us about the initial path, which was a prominent foot trail going towards the hill. There is a dense vegetation immediately after the village. The path is prominent, easy to find, and goes through a dense vegetation. Soon we entered the forest on the hill slope. There are many huge trees and the walk is very pleasant. This large crab was sitting just on the walkway and one needs to be watchful about his steps. Now the hill climb became steeper, but it was still quite enjoyable. You have to continue the hill climb till you reach the ridge. When we reach the first ridge of this mountain, we see a foot trail coming from that side also. We came from this side, from this route, from Jambune village, and at this junction there is a path going up the hill. You have to follow that path to reach Morgiri fort. You may get confused here. If you look carefully, there are signboards which indicate the direction of the fort. We continued climbing the ridge. The leafless shrubs on both the sides of the walkway are the plants of Karvi. Karvi is Marathi name and the English botanical name is Strobilanthes colasa. The speciality of this plant is that it blooms once in 7 years. Soon the vegetation ends and you come to an open plateau. If you look down on the left side from here, you can see village Zamburne, the area from village to hill base, the dense tree cover on the hill slope, and the ridge you climbed to reach this first plateau. You have to keep walking towards the fort hill along the foot trail. The foot trail is prominent, so there is less chance of going wrong way. While walking on the plateau, you have to keep the hill to your left and follow the foot trail which goes close to the cliffs on the right side. On our way, we met a group of trekkers who could not find the path to the top of the fort. They were about to return to village Zamburne. But when they saw us, they decided to join us to reach the top of the fort. The hill in the distance is the Fort Tung. This spot near the cliff was a nice place to rest for a while and rehydrate yourself. It was the beginning of the monsoon season and the clouds were looking great. After some time, we came to the point where we saw a sign to take a left turn and start the steep hill climb. There are a couple of boards placed here. This is the point where the second steep hill climb begins. Initially, this road also went through a dense forest. It was steep but not tiring. When the tree cover ended, there was a small rock patch to climb, but it was easy. After the rock patch, there was another steep climb, but there was a rope fixed to take support, which made it easier to climb. Later, we had to walk on a narrow ledge with high cliff on the left side and a deep valley on the right. This traverse is a bit risky and you have to be careful. When this walk ended, we reached a place where there were 3 water tanks below the cliff. The first one was dried, empty, and there were some water bottles thrown inside. When you visit such places, please try not to throw such garbage there. It was very difficult to walk on the slopy ledge and we had to take support of the ropes fixed there. Thanks to the people who took special efforts to fix these ropes, which made the climb easy and possible for all the trekkers. Soon all the team arrived here. The second water tank had some water in it, but it did not look good enough to drink, and I will advise you to carry enough drinking water when you trek here. The last cave on this cliff had a small temple of the goddess Jak Mata and also a water tank. After this, there was a 15 feet high rock patch to climb, but there was a metal ladder fixed to climb. That ladder has made this climb easy, otherwise it would have been impossible for many of the trekkers. After this, there are a few easy steps to reach the top part of the fort. The top part of the fort is very small and takes very less time to explore. There are no remains of any old constructions, but only a small empty flat area which had a flagpole at one end. This top place of the fort gives spectacular views of surrounding area. Forts like these were mainly used to keep a watch on the nearby trade routes and the surrounding areas. There are two more water tanks on the top part of the fort, but they were dried up due to summer. We explored the top part and enjoyed the scenic views of the surrounding area. By this time, we saw rain clouds coming in, and it was about to rain any moment, so we decided to climb down. Fort Morgiri was certainly a satisfying trek with many thrilling experiences. That's all we saw on Fort Morgiri. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in my next video.